Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The Diagnostic Trouble Code DTC P2176 indicates a failure related to the throttle actuator control system. Specifically, that the idle position has not been learned by the system. This may lead to a variety of performance issues in your Honda Accord from the model years 2017 to 2023. The throttle actuator is responsible for controlling the amount of air entering the engine, which is critical for maintaining efficient engine performance and idle speed. If this learning process is interrupted or not properly executed, the vehicle may exhibit symptoms that could set off the check engine light and impact drivability. It is imperative to address this DTC promptly, as delays could lead to further complications regarding engine performance. Before troubleshooting P2176, ensure to review all relevant general troubleshooting information and previous codes that may be present, such as DTC P2135, which should be resolved first. DTC P2176 is specifically concerned with the throttle actuator control system, indicating that the idle position has not been successfully learned by the engine's control module. This issue commonly arises when the throttle body, located between the air intake system and the engine, fails to properly communicate its position to the powertrain control module, PCM. The throttle actuator is a vital component in regulating the engine's airflow, directly affecting the vehicle's performance and emissions. When the vehicle is powered on, the throttle body should quickly adapt its position to learn the idle speed. If it does not, the system triggers DTC P2176. It's important to visually inspect the throttle body for any full obstruction or malfunction that might prevent proper operation. Resolving this DTC ensures that the engine operates efficiently, improving fuel economy and reducing emissions. Several factors can lead to DTC P2176 being set in your Honda Accord. An unlearned idle position occurs when the throttle actuator is unable to adjust its position due to mechanical or electronic faults. A common cause could be a faulty throttle body that may hinder motion or signal transmission. Additionally, poor electrical connections due to frayed wires or loose terminals can result in incomplete communication between the throttle body and the PCM, exacerbating the issue. If there are any stored codes such as P2135, they need to be addressed before delving into other issues, as this may compound the problem. Overall, understanding these potential causes is vital for guiding an effective troubleshooting approach. When DTC P2176 is present, the vehicle may exhibit various symptoms that signal an underlying issue with the throttle actuator control system. One prominent indicator is the illumination of the check engine light on the dashboard, alerting the driver to seek maintenance. Other symptoms include poor engine performance, such as sluggish acceleration or unresponsive throttle actions, making the vehicle feel underpowered. Additionally, drivers may notice irregularities in idle speed, with the engine either revving too high or stalling unexpectedly. These symptoms can lead to a frustrating driving experience and could ultimately result in higher emissions, as the engine may consume more fuel to compensate for the mismanagement of air intake. Being aware of these symptoms is crucial when diagnosing the P2176 code. The first step in troubleshooting DTC P2176 involves a series of verification actions that help determine the status of this fault. Begin by turning the vehicle to the on mode without starting the engine, which activates the onboard diagnostic system. Clear the current Diagnostic Trouble Codes, DTCs, using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS. After clearing the codes, enable the engine management system to reset by switching the vehicle off for 10 seconds. Once this is complete, turn the vehicle back to the on mode and check for any pending or confirmed DTCs again using the HDS. If DTC P2176 remains present, proceed to the next step in the troubleshooting process. If the DTC does not reappear, it may indicate an intermittent failure, and the system could be functioning correctly at that moment. For the second step of troubleshooting DTC P2176, start by turning the vehicle off to ensure safety during the process. Next, disconnect the intercooler outlet pipe B and the hose from the throttle body. This disconnection allows access to the throttle body for examination. Once these components have been removed, turn the vehicle to the on mode once again to activate the system and then clear the DTC using the HDS. At this point, perform a visual inspection on the throttle valve's operation while conducting the electronic throttle control system, ETCS, or throttle actuator control, TAC, test through the HDS. The main objective here is to observe if the throttle valve fully closes as it should. If it does, progress to the next step. If not, further investigation is needed to determine the cause of the fault. In the third step, you will need to assess the physical condition of the throttle body assembly to identify any potential obstructions that may affect its operation. Start by turning the vehicle off and then proceed to remove the throttle body from the vehicle for a thorough inspection. Pay close attention to the throttle valve's surfaces for any signs of sludge or carbon deposits. Sludge or carbon buildup can significantly hinder the throttle valve's ability to move freely, thereby impacting its performance and affecting the idle position learning process. If you detect sludge or carbon, cleaning the throttle body can often resolve the issue without the need for any replacement. However, if it is found to be clean, a more drastic measure would be required, replacing the throttle body to ensure proper vehicle function, as a malfunctioning throttle body can lead to wastage of fuel and increased exhaust emissions. The final step in troubleshooting DTC P2176 focuses on ensuring integrity in the wiring harnesses connected to the throttle body and the PCM. Begin by making sure the vehicle is turned off. Jump the SCS line using the HDS and wait for more than 1 minute to stabilize the system. Following this, you will need to disconnect several connectors: PCM connector E, 80P, and the throttle body 6P connector. With those disconnected, connect a jumper wire between terminals A and B on the throttle body connector to facilitate the continuity test. Check for electrical continuity between test point 1, PCM E connector number 27, and test point 2, PCM E connector number 28. If continuity is confirmed, this indicates that the wiring MTR1 and MTR2 are intact, and a known good throttle body can then be substituted. If DTC P2176 does not recur, simply replace the original throttle body. However, if it does reappear, the PCM may also require replacement. After completing all necessary repairs and replacement of components, the final verification step ensures that the issues surrounding DTC P2176 have been resolved. Start by confirming that all DTCs have been successfully cleared using the HDS, making sure that the system is free of faults. Next, check the throttle operation again to ensure it is functioning as expected and responds appropriately to throttle input from the accelerator pedal. A thorough road test is crucial. It helps in understanding vehicle performance under real driving conditions and allows for further observation of any symptoms related to the throttle actuator. During the road test, monitor engine operation and ensure that the vehicle maintains stable idle speed without unintended revving or stalling. If everything checks out, then you can conclude that the repair has been successful, restoring optimal performance to the vehicle. Preventive maintenance is essential for avoiding issues like DTC P2176 in the future and keeping your Honda Accord in peak condition. One important task is to regularly clean the throttle body, as accumulated dirt and carbon deposits can impair its function over time. Schedule this cleaning as part of routine maintenance, especially when completing other engine services. Regularly inspect electrical connections around the throttle body and PCM for signs of wear or corrosion, as poor connections can lead to intermittent failure. Additionally, adherence to the vehicle's maintenance schedule, which includes timely oil changes and inspections of the air intake system, greatly aids in preserving engine performance. By taking these proactive steps, vehicle owners can significantly reduce the chances of encountering DTC P2176 and other related issues in the long run. In conclusion, DTC P2176 signals that the throttle actuator control system has not successfully learned the idle position, which can lead to significant performance issues in your Honda Accord. Addressing this DTC is essential for restoring optimal engine function and ensuring that the vehicle runs smoothly. Regular maintenance, including cleaning the throttle body and inspecting wiring, minimizes the risk of this DTC occurring again. Understanding the symptoms, causes, and effective troubleshooting steps outlined in this guide equips you with the necessary knowledge to tackle this issue proactively. Embracing these preventive measures not only enhances vehicle performance, but also extends the lifespan of critical engine components. By staying informed and vigilant, drivers can maintain a reliable and efficient driving experience. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.